Hey guys, I figured I'd do a different kind of pickacard tonight. And what came to mind was universal guidance on how to overcome certain challenges you may be facing right now. So actually, before I do that, I want to pull out the chakra cards because although chakra balancing and all of that kind of stuff can be a challenge, I want to avoid them coming up specifically as a challenge, if that makes any sense. So, bear with me a quick moment. So how's everyone doing? How's your mental health? Are you being able to withstand the isolation and everything right now? Please do let me know how you're doing in the comments, because I do care. And let's face it, we're all struggling a bit right now, and sometimes it helps just to talk about it a little bit. Let's see. As always, I'm shuffling live on camera, allowing the cards to come up that feel the need to. Trying to kind of stick to the point tonight. I know the video I posted today was kind of a different take on things a bit, but I felt it was important to kind of clear out the muddiness in my head. Two more, and then one more. And as always, I am pulling with the cards down. So I do not know what they are. And let me see. Icelandic Spar. Clear Quartz. Apophyllite. And kind of feeling the clear crystal vibe tonight. Herkimer diamond. So I'll give you a moment to meditate and choose your card. Okay, and with that, I will see you at your timestamp. Okay, group 1, what challenge is the universe seeking to assist you with? And this is your crystal Icelandic Spar. Let me try to, there we go. See here, recognition and reward. So it could be, you may be somebody who is possibly impacted by real world events right now, or it could be you're somebody who is on the front line and in a position where you're feeling like everything is very thankless. So let us pull out the energy oracle cards and see in what way the universe is seeking to assist you with this. And if this isn't job focused, if this is in the home, if this is in your personal life, hopefully I can give you some guidance on that. As always, I shuffle until I feel it's right to stop. I don't know about the person watching this particular timestamp, but I've been struggling a little bit with this myself. Not in the sense of I feel like I'm not being recognized or rewarded for things that I'm doing, but in the sense of I tend to be someone who struggles with taking compliments or praise, and as somebody who works in the medical industry and is not on the front line, I've been getting a lot of thank yous and we appreciate you and all of that, and personally I struggle with it because I feel like I don't deserve it because I'm not somebody who's putting my life at risk to save others or ensure other people or society at large is able to get food and all that kind of stuff. So, okay. Let's see how this is impacted. This definitely heart chakra. Wow, and speaking. So it may be a matter of you having to literally speak from your heart. Open your mouth. Voice it. Express it in some way. Thinking woman, it looks like there's going to be either a female or somebody with feminine energy who is going to be in some position of influence in this situation. They tend to be somebody who is an educator or somebody who works as a counselor, or it could even be a friend who gives really good advice. Indecision. Contract. So this definitely looks like potentially a work-based thing. Now it doesn't have to be. Contracts can also indicate marriage. Anything that requires something having been signed. So it could be right now with things going on, you're struggling deciding whether or not you want to stay and hope for either a raise or some kind of benefit to come to you in your current position, be it in the family or be it in a job, or you're trying to decide whether you need to part ways. Patience. Woman holding a coin. See? Thinking woman, woman holding a coin. Could be that your boss is female or your partner is female. I'm getting very much a job. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm very much getting the sense of a job promotion type of feel from this. Because reward and recognition indicates to me that you've been working really, really hard. And have potentially gone an extended amount of time with any kind of pay increase or even good job, you're doing a good job, or feeling like you're being taken for granted. With the indecision card and the contract, that does indicate to me that there's some kind of a job issue here, especially with the woman holding a coin. Now, again, I don't know that this necessarily means you're going to have a promotion in the job that you, or in the workplace that you are currently in. I get more of a feeling like this could even indicate a new job that is going to be with adjacent possibility and angel of balance. It's going to bring more balance to you. But again, it could very well be in the position that you're currently in. It could very well be in that workplace. You won't know until that possibility comes up. I am getting very feminine energy or female with the thinking woman and a woman holding a coin. So it could very well be that the thinking woman is somebody offering you either a promotion or somebody offering you a new job that is going to bring you more financial stability and more balance as a whole. Patience did come up, so this is not necessarily going to happen immediately, but it is coming for you. Strategy, man holding a coin, very financial, and third chakra. Feeling 3 more. Broken heart, anxiety. I feel like this is what you're feeling, but the world came up. If this is not job related and it's partnership or marriage related, finances may play a part in that, especially with both the woman and the man holding a coin popping up. And you may have to figure out or journal. This card literally says journaling with strategy underneath it, and figure out what you feel is the right path for you. But I feel like no matter what your decision is, you're going to be sure to listen to and follow your intuition, because things are going to be okay. The broken heart and the anxiety going on right now, that's very appropriate with things going on in the world. Door to spirit, yeah. Meditate. Door to romance. So this could very well be an attachment. This is either job or relationship focused. It could literally go either way. Let me pull out the Romance Angels deck to see what it has to say with regarding this. Predominantly because this is a general reading and where it could go either way. I want to pull cards specifically relationship based for those who have picked this card, and this is more indicative of their relationship. So bear with me a moment. I'm just putting the cards back in the deck in kind of a mixed up fashion so that when I shuffle and pull for the next group, things aren't all clumped together, and if they come back together or get pulled for that group, they happen of their own volition. I'm going to pull the Romance, and I'm going to pull Indigo Angel, because both of them are kind of pulling at me, and Moonology. I might even throw in Sacred Traveler. Recognition and reward in romance. Whoa. Sorry. Lost my grip. So this is more job focused for you. Keep in mind that there is going to be someone with female energy influencing the situation or guiding you on a better path. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. New love. So with that indecision card that popped up earlier, this may very well have to deal with severing ties with the relationship you currently have, be it a marriage or be it any kind of partnership. Now, with that said, new love doesn't always indicate that. It could very well be that if you're in a happy marriage, if things are going well, that this could very well be a re-blossoming of that romance and those romantic feelings. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Release your ex. Retreat. Meditate. Look within. Go into your intuition. Now, release your ex doesn't necessarily mean release the person you're in a relationship with. But if you feel it's time to move on from that, you have to heed your intuition. Release your ex could also be releasing any kind of ill feelings that may be between you from history or things that may have come up before that aren't really working for you. You know, during this time, I have done videos about doing shadow work and focusing in and honing in on releasing things that no longer serve you, or releasing people that no longer serve you, or situations, and figuring out during this time of stagnation what you feel is right for you and where to take things. True love. Plop down on romantic feelings and new love. Give your relationship a chance. Unrequited love. Yee! I'm sorry. I oftentimes when I shuffle these decks, it never ceases to amaze me how the cards fall in line with things that, yeah. So, unrequited love, releasing things that no longer serve you, meditate, take that time to yourself, really look within your intuition, have this open dialogue. It could very well be that these heart-to-heart conversations could also be happening with somebody new, and this is saying give your relationship a chance. So I'm having this, it's more than dichotomy, because dichotomy is two, but I'm literally having 3 sets and 3 groups. There's the people who are going to work things out, there's the people who need to walk away, and there's the people who are possibly, when they walk away, finding new love. Or it could very well be walking away, meeting someone new, giving it a go, and then having that blossom into something positive. Dear Lord. This is not how I thought that this reading would go tonight. So, if during this time you've been struggling to connect with your partner, this may be your sign. Let me go into Indigo Angel next. What do you have to say to group 1? I'm going to leave it face down for now. I'll flip it when I'm done shuffling. Okay then, let me... Cards are being noisy tonight, man. Apparently this deck really wanted to talk to you. Okay, let's start off. Allow love. Acceptance. Expression. Okay, this funny how this literally popped up where the card for communication popped up. Authority. You are loved. Love yourself. Think about it. Explore. Pray. And shielding. Okay, so I'm going to link somewhere up here my video on empathic shielding. That may help you with the situation. I am getting very strong vibes of meditate. And explore doesn't necessarily mean going out somewhere and traveling, especially with things right now. It could just be a matter of putting on a meditation track that literally takes your mind out of the present circumstances and present situation and your day-to-day reality, and just allows it to open, broaden, and expand, and maybe take you on some guided visualization of going to a beach or going on holiday of some sort, and that allowing you to find the answers that you need, because it does look like you do need some sort of healing, especially with the love yourself. Sorry. It could very well be that you're in some sort of toxic relationship. It could, and relationship doesn't necessarily mean to a person. It could also be indicative of a job. That whatever the situation is going on, it's worn you down. And meditating, taking that time away, shielding yourself. I do see that if you choose to either separate from your partner or separate from your current work environment, I do see it potentially ending on a good note, on a good foot. So I don't feel like it's going to be nasty or vitriolic in nature. It may just be about accepting the reality that things need to change and that a shift needs to happen, which is not unusual, especially with the things that are going on. But you guys need to talk it out and communicate. Let's see. Got a couple more decks that want to talk to you. Sorry, I know these are a little bit long, and I know I tend to do pretty long readings, but when uniquely aligned decks want to talk, I give them their shot. Let me put these chakra cards back over there so I don't accidentally grab them. Let's see, what do you have to say with this one? Sorry, I'm not super talkative today. It's been a tiring day. Let's see. Interestingly enough, one of the decks I want to talk to you is literally called Sacred Traveler, which I kind of find funny with that Explore card that came up. So let's see. Look at the bigger picture. Communication. You've gotten 3 different communication cards. Time to give rather than take. Show the world the real you. Hold your vision. I do get the feeling like this is very much a situation where this is a transformation and almost you breaking out of a chrysalis and going from being a caterpillar to a butterfly type situation. Work through your fears. The end of a tough cycle approaches. And don't let your past hold you back. Yeah, The energy I'm getting very strongly in all of this is it's time to move on. It's time to part ways and keep going. Weird part is it also reads as though just letting go of past things, and even if you choose to stay, by releasing past things, things are going to get better. And keep in mind that time to give rather than take, especially if you are somebody in a position where you feel like you're being taken for granted. A lot of the time, the way the law of attraction works is that by having gratitude and giving of yourself, maybe not to this person or to this situation, but to something that fulfills you, brings more blessings to you. Sorry, I keep getting YouTube notifications, and I was like, somebody commenting on today's thing. Alright, so I'm going to do this deck. I'm going to do the Whispering Woods to give you a few helpful messages, and then let you go. So, let's see what Sacred Traveler has to say to you. This sometimes happens where certain groups just need more information, and where this group in particular could literally be about a romantic relationship, could be about career. There's many different things that it could apply to, especially because it is a general reading. That sometimes the messages or the cards that want to talk are more numerous as a result. I know I personally experienced that earlier because I was watching, oh God, what's her name? Tarology. Is it Michelle? You'll have to forgive me. She had posted a pick-a-card. I'll put the name here. Because I'm not remembering it off the top of my head. She posted a pick-a-card yesterday about psychic gifts and everything. And the group that I picked had like a 30-minute message. So, yeah. Whereas others had like 10 or 15. I was like, man, the cards are talkative tonight. So, impasse. That talks a lot about changing paths. Reflect and redirect your energy. Stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. This may also be about reclaiming your power. So if you feel in a position where you feel like you are lacking that recognition and reward, this could also be a situation where speaking up and reclaiming, especially with the Love Yourself card that came up, your sense of self and sticking up for yourself. Grounding. Go deep, explore your roots. It's another meditation card. Finding sanctuary. Another opening your spiritual source. Another meditation card. A narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. With the tread thoughtfully, I get the feeling of no matter what you're feeling is right. Be it in a job and you're asking for some sort of promotion, or if you are in some sort of relationship, and needing to communicate your needs or try to figure out what feels right for you, try to go into it leaving hurt feelings and issues at the door, because they're not going to help you communicate effectively. And then let me give you your few cards. Be kind, get in your pile. And then that will be that. So let's see, what does Whispering Woods have to say? Okay. Clearing, make room for growth. It's very much about releasing things that no longer serve you. Learn, take a lesson from the owls, deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser in the day. You've had a second grounded card. Keep your roots and stand taller than the trees. One last one. Friends. The most unlikely friendships can form like variegated lichens on a hard rock. They create a tight bond. That could be as much about relying on present friends that you have or making new friends as well. So I hope this reading has helped you and given you some sort of guidance. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below if this resonated with you. And if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing, setting that bell to all to be notified of when I release new videos before you go, I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, I wish you the brightest of blessings. I wish you clarity, and blessed be. Okay, Group 2 Clear Quartz. Let's see what challenge the universe wishes to assist you with and give you guidance about. Spiritual union. Now this may be a relationship. Keep in mind these are general readings. This could be twin flame. It could also be reconnecting with your spiritual side, and it could also be about finding something that resonates more with you, be it a career or something that's going to lift you up onto a higher plane. So where this is a general reading, I have several decks around me, and let's start off with the energy oracle to see where the guidance takes us. Sorry, I'm not very talkative tonight. I'm a bit tired. But being tired sometimes allows me to intuit the information a little bit better. So. One more, and then a little bit extra shuffling, and it should be there. Ooh. Gonna leave those off to the side. Now, I have to show you the two cards that are towards the bottom of the deck that kind of popped out at me. Door of Romance and Man Holding a Heart. So keep in mind that this may very well have to do with romance, and if it does, I will also pull from the romance one. Yep, Caring Connections. Attachment could very well be, if this is a twin flame relationship, it may involve a little bit of codependency, which can be toxic, but it isn't always. Attachment can also indicate you two coming together. Woman holding a coin, so there may be some financial matters involved. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel, and Patience. So this may not be happening right away. It may take a little bit of time to manifest, but cornucopia, so two financial cards popping up. Fifth chakra, so this may involve speaking or singing. Voice chakra. Magician in the Mirror is talking about opening intuition and reconnecting to higher planes. Your Spirit is also a spiritual card. Let me do first chakra, Archangel Michael, all tied up. So you or the other person may feel a little bit stuck right now, but that's not entirely surprising given the present situations of the world going on right now, with us all self-quarantining and everybody doing their own thing. We don't really have the ability to connect with people immediately as we may want to, so this all tied up doesn't necessarily surprise me in this situation. Woman holding a heart. So yeah, you definitely have romance coming in here. This is just very much reading to me as a romance situation. So let me go ahead and pull from the Romance Angels deck. I'm just splitting up cards a little bit as I pull them back so that when I draw for the next group, they're not all together. And to be honest, I think that Man Holding a Heart may have wanted to come up to the top of the deck. I think it was one of the cards that was kind of sticking and I wasn't sure. So, yep, this is definitely a love reading. The group before you was one that was very diverse as to what it could apply to, which is why I like doing the energy oracle after I find out what the challenge is, because it helps me gauge what cards may need to be read. Where's that? There it is. Might actually pull out my Dragon Fae deck as well. Keep in mind these are general readings, so it's not necessarily twin flame. It could also be soulmate. Keep in mind if it is twin flames come with their own sets of challenges. They are not as perfect as many people fantasize about. but any challenges that come up will help both of you ascend and do positive changes in your own lives. Which frequently happens. It can involve a possible separation. Potentially. Depends on how much work you guys have to do in this lifetime. So, playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to have fun and shine. Children. So it could be you or your potential mate that's coming may have children. Could be that you're meant to have children together, or much like a fertility card, this could also be about creating things together. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So this feels like somebody you may have already met. Passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Let go of control issues. That is especially important if this is a twin flame relationship. Especially as human beings, we have this incessant need to try to control things and demand things to happen when we want them to happen. That's not going to happen in this relationship. To this, you kind of have to surrender and just let things go as they do. Past life relationship. Soulmate, twin flame. You have known each other before. They're worth waiting for. Divine timing. See? It's another one. Is at work in your love life. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. See? I said codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean an addiction to a toxic substance or anything of that nature. Addiction can be anything that distracts us, that we use on a regular basis, potentially as a coping mechanism so that we don't focus on the things in front of us. Feeling 3 more. Love yourself first. So if you have met this person, I would recommend, if you can, before jumping right into things, work on your self-esteem. Loving yourself first doesn't mean narcissism or praising yourself all the time. It is just about loving and accepting yourself for who you are as you are in this moment. It doesn't necessarily mean that you don't want to change things about yourself, but it just means that in this moment you can accept yourself for who and how you are. And that you are going to treat yourself with love and kindness and patience, and allow yourself to heal from things that may have caused deep wounds. I would recommend watching my video on shadow work, which I'll link up somewhere around here, and really start digging into that healing process. It's not easy. It gets really ugly and really hard very fast, but it's worth it in the end. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with one another. So communication is a big key in here. Stay optimistic about your love life. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Now, releasing your ex, again, does not necessarily mean a person. It could very well just tie into that shadow work comment I made about releasing things that no longer serve you and allowing yourself to heal from things that are only going to cause issues in your relationship. For me, if this is a twin flame relationship, I'll give you based off my own experience. Especially if you are new to the channel and you haven't seen any of my previous videos before. I met my twin flame a few years ago, and I have had a very difficult life with a lot of traumas and issues, And because of that, I was, as much as I wanted to be ready and as much as I wanted to be in that relationship, I honestly wasn't in the right place to be in it. Because I was dragging around tons and tons of gunk, pain, trauma, all that kind of stuff. And it wouldn't have done either of us a lick of good. So if that is something that resonates with you, if that's something that sounds familiar to you, I recommend working on that. Let's see. Dragon Fae. Just want to see. This is a harder deck for me to shuffle, but I will do my best. Small hens, big cards. Come on, be kind. More. A particular card in this deck just popped into my head, so we'll see if it comes up. Oops. But it happens for a reason. One more. And then time to pull those cards. I comfort you. So if you are in fact needing to go ahead and do shadow work and self-healing, know that you have your guides and potentially even your grandmother. If it is somebody you are close to, your ancestors are going to be watching over you and helping you through this. Apolala, you are a peaceful being. The Dawn Watcher, bells will ring. It can very much mean that if you haven't met this person already, when you meet them, you are going to feel that I know you, and all of a sudden everything's just going to clink into place. Heed wise counsel, so talk to your friends, talk to people who you trust, and be joyful. Bittersweet farewell, I have a feeling, is about clearing out people and things that no longer serve you. Oroki is about setting new boundaries. That is a huge, huge thing when it comes to doing any sort of shadow work, healing, any kind thing of that nature, is you get to know real fast what you feel comfortable with, what you don't feel comfortable with. You have time, so yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to manifest Divine Union. Not the card that popped into my head, but this is my Twin Flame card in this deck. Wild and Pure Heart. Fly High. Look beneath the surface. So yeah, this is going to be a very positive situation for you. looking through the deck literally for the card that popped in my head, because usually when that happens, it's telling me that that card belongs coming up, and that's the card that popped in my head, was the Lovers. Just sometimes when you shuffle, the card that's supposed to come up doesn't always do it because of the way you shuffle. So, sorry about background noise. I live on a very busy street, and even with self-quarantine and everything going on, people aren't necessarily adhering to the stay home. And then let me do my last two. Just trying not to have 5 million decks out at once. Let's see. So, what do you have to say to group 2? I will do this one, and then I will give you your Whispering Woods quotes to kind of help. What do you have to say to group 2? One more like this. And then try to make sure I shuffle each deck really well, especially because I use them through many different readings in the same set, and I want to make sure that whatever cards pop up do so of their own volition and not because I had just used them for the previous group. Okay. Fiery climax approaches, so it very well be that this is going to be a very hot and passionate relationship. This card kind of confused me, but it comes out for a reason. Nothing will come of this situation. That doesn't necessarily mean that you two won't end up together. It could just be that you guys go on a separation and you each have a lot of stuff to deal with on your own before you do come back together. So keep in mind that nothing will come of this situation doesn't necessarily mean that you guys won't have a romantic partnership. The energy is gaining momentum. Work through your fears. See, I see that you guys have a lot to work on. You are loved and are safe, and hold your vision. So if you guys haven't connected yet, I strongly advise you to start working on your shadow work now. Especially with the you have time. Keep in mind this is how things are as of right now. Free will and choices that you make always shift things. So I do see that you and your partner have a lot of stuff that you independently have to work on. Start working on that now. Start honing in on healing that kind of thing. And the stuff you don't really want to pull into a new relationship and letting go of it. Because the sooner you start doing that, especially where it's not going to manifest right away and you still have time to do this, keep in mind that you and your twin are literally mirrors. Okay? That means whatever you are dealing with, they are dealing with too. May not be identical, but it may be similar. Whatever you feel, they feel. So if you are having a lot of fear and uncertainty and everything regarding this relationship, they are too. If you're carrying a lot of traumatic burden with you and all of that kind of stuff, and it's preventing you from coming together because you haven't worked on that or worked through it yet, this connection isn't going to come to fruition immediately. You guys may link together, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you guys will come together in a relationship in that moment. So definitely work on your shadow work and healing from past traumas and all of that kind of stuff now, while we have this forced separation going on. Excuse me. So change. Falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. Transform. Yeah. When it comes to the stages of your evolution, spiritual healing, all that kind of stuff, I want you to envision yourself right now. You're a caterpillar. And you're going into the stage where you're going to start to form your chrysalis. Now, what literally happens when a caterpillar transforms to a butterfly is while it's trapped in its chrysalis, it literally disintegrates and becomes ooze. And over time, somehow the DNA that is there magically reforms and reconstructs itself and reforms itself to now being a butterfly. So keep in mind that shadow work is very much that same kind of premise, where you are trapped in that chrysalis and things get really ugly really fast. But it's going to help you transform, and literally this card says, emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. And I have renew. Nature continuously renews itself year after year. Trust. The robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. And retreat. Spoil yourself in the morning mist. Breathe in nature's sweet scents. Definitely do self-care things. Definitely do things that make you feel good. Treat yourself to like a spa day at home kind of thing. Give yourself a mask, do skincare, do all that kind of stuff to kind of renew your spirit, especially with things going on. And it will help you get through the shadow work, and it'll help you move into the new phase of being the bright, beautiful butterfly that you are transforming into. So with that, I hope you resonate with this reading. If you do, please let me know down below in the comments. I'm always curious as to whether or not people resonate with things or if they connect with anything I've said. And before you leave, I would greatly appreciate it if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing, and set that bell to all to be notified of when I release new videos before you go. And until next time, I wish you the brightest of blessings. I wish you healing. And most of all, blessed be. Okay, Apophyllite, let's see what challenge the universe wants to assist you with. Let's try to adjust that a bit. awareness. So this very much speaks to me as though you are going through a time of transformation, opening up your third eye, becoming more intuitively and psychically in tune. But let's see what the energy oracle cards have to say to group 3. Could very well be that you are becoming more aware of the world around you. Shifts that need to be done. We shall see. Trying to sense out what decks. Oh, you're gonna make me shuffle the big boy tonight. Sorry, the decks that are literally like popping out at me for you are my 2 purple decks in particular. And the bigger of the 2 is a little bit cumbersome to shuffle. I might start off with Sacred Traveler one first. One more. And then what do you have to say to group 3? Good one. Yep. Healer of the Ages. This is about healing and ascending. 4th chakra. It looks like you have heart chakra work to do. 6th chakra is opening your intuition, adjacent possibilities. So this may actually, wow, you got like intuition, heart chakra. It looks literally like you are opening your chakra points and ascending to a higher plane. I'm going to link my video on ascension somewhere around here. Adjacent possibilities. I get the feeling like if you are somebody who is presently displaced by current world situations, I see you going into more of a spiritual healer, spiritual guide type of shift at the end of this. Keep in mind that the healthcare industry is a very large and diverse thing. You may become a Reiki practitioner. You may become a sound healer of some kind, be it with crystal bowls or Tibetan singing bowls. The world is going to be basically your oyster to figure out and find out what kind of spiritual healer you are meant to become. You're going to have either it's a woman or somebody with a lot of feminine energy, person who is going to work as a teacher and mentor to you, come into position, woman holding the heart. I get, especially where the heart chakra came up, it's going to be a very heart healing experience for you. You definitely have to work on opening your heart and healing wounds and things of that nature with your heart chakra. Magician in the Mirror, opening intuition. The Sun, like I said, the world is your oyster. It's all going to be positive. Angel of Strength, so your guides and guardian door to personal healing and happiness and appreciation. Be sure to channel in and hone in on the law of attraction. The more you're grateful for the things that you have, the more positive things come to you. I'll either link I think I'll link my video on law of attraction somewhere around here as well to try to help you with that. Keep in mind with law of attraction, part of it is that You're not just giving thanks for the things you have, you're giving thanks for the things you want as if you have them already. So don't put out there that you want X, Y, and Z. Say, I'm so grateful that I have X, Y, and Z. And it helps bring it to you. Now it makes sense why the 2 purple decks are coming up, because these 2 decks are very psychically motivated. So let's see. This is going to be interesting. It's a very hard deck for me to shuffle. But I just love the artwork on it, and I couldn't resist getting it. I have some additional decks coming soon. I really should pay attention to the dimensions of decks when I go to buy them, because when you have small hands, shuffling is not an easy feat. Okay. Be kind, come together. Okay, feeling 2 more of those. I shuffle however I feel is right. Okay, you can do this. I have 1 more to go. I think the universe is taking a little bit of mercy on me with this deck today. Ah. Okay. Push them together. There we go. I love how I just looked at this card and I realized that he's kind of got a smirk on his face. Healing. Yep. Chakra work you have to take in to balance all of your chakras. Ironically, and I highly suggest you look this up on YouTube somewhere, one of the best guides to help you align and open your chakra comes from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And there's somebody took that scene from the show and put it up on YouTube. Probably more than one person did, but it is absolutely a phenomenal guide to help you with chakral alignment, chakral healing, opening things, and really broadening and awakening that intuition. Trust your innocence, which I get the feeling is more about trusting your intuition. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. Endless opportunities. See, I told you, you have some sort of shift going on that's going to lead you into a different career path that is going to be more intuitively based to allow you to heal and help others. Lumen Essence. And Mount Shasta. I have to look up those cards. This is a new deck for me, so I don't know the meanings of all of the cards. Let's see. Oop. Sorry, even the book is big. Healing is self-explanatory. Let's see what Trust Your Innocence says. Truth, trusting yourself, being real with people, knowing the difference between intuition and paranoia, uncensored feelings, returning to innocence. So that is about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you, gods and goddesses. Endless opportunities, decision-making choice, crossroads, unrealized opportunities, taking the path of least resistance, heart over mind, direction, focus, energy, the high road or the low road. Let's see what luminescence is. Self-love, the light that radiates from our hearts, light shining in the darkness. Heart-centered living, removing your heart armor, accepting your shadows. Funny I mentioned that. As a flip side of your strengths, a vulnerable, wide open heart, authentic, heartfelt needs. So I don't think I can link in this video because I'm linking it in the video beforehand about doing shadow work and all of that, but I do recommend after you finish this reading to go look at and watch that video, because I go through guiding you how to maneuver shadow work and really get down into the depths of things so that you can heal and move on from past traumas or anything that may require deep healing. Mount Shasta, your origins, the seeds that make you what and who you, star beings, sacred power places, unexplained mystical phenomena, intuitive messages and downloads, dreams and visions. So this is definitely all about your psychic abilities, waking up, opening up, channeling you into new things. I will recommend that you practice empathic shielding if you don't know how to do that or what that is. I do have a video on that as well that walks you through that process and allows you to set up a fairly strong empathic shield so that while you are in this process of heightening your intuition, you protect yourself, because you will automatically become a sponge to everything and a magnet to everything, even when you don't want to. And I'm not saying that to scare you, I'm saying that to prepare you, because this is not a path that is meant for the light of heart. Things get real really fast. So let me do Sacred Traveler, then I will do Moonology, and then I will end with Whispering Woods. I hear a truck nearby with its motor running. Sorry, it's just a little bit distracting. Part of the reason why I've been recording later at night lately is to try to get on when there's less of that kind of stuff going on. Group 3. 2 more. One more. Ascending the mountain. Yeah, see? Wondrous universe. Yep. Answering the call. This is all divinely guided. This is... Alright. As somebody who walks the path of a healer, as somebody who has gone through a lot of this process, this is divinely guided. This is literally a calling that you are feeling pulled to do. And there's a reason for it. During a lot of this time, with all the strife going on, with all the anxieties, the world shifts that are happening, a lot more people are waking up to their abilities and are feeling that pull to It's basically a call to serve and to help people, to help guide people, to help bring them back to maybe nature, the universe, help them heal. The healers are waking up. The empaths are waking up. The spiritual guides are waking up and hearing and heeding that call to serve the universe. Okay, Moonology, what you got to say to group 3? Okay, I'm actually feeling like this doesn't often happen, but I'm just feeling like quick shuffle. Nothing is yet set in stone. Adjustments are required. Meditate and contemplate. So know if you are feeling hopeless, if you are feeling like there's no way that this is going to come to fruition, it's coming to fruition whether you know how it's going to happen or not. Some changes may happen or have to happen in order to help them come to fruition, but it's happening. And meditating and opening yourself up to the messages of the universe is going to be very helpful in order for those things to come to you. Let's see what Whispering Woods has to say. Transform, yep. Origins is about you're not just transforming and changing into somebody new because you're opening up your intuitions and your third eye and all of that kind of stuff, but also remember your roots and where you came from, and strength. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. So funny how something about origins and remember your roots, and then strength, also referencing roots, popped up one after another. And hope. An idea like a single acorn can start a wondrous forest. So I hope this reading has been helpful. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below if you resonated with this reading. And before you go, I would be so grateful if you wouldn't mind hitting that like, subscribe, and buttons, and ring the bell to be notified of when I release new videos. And until next time, I wish you the brightest of blessings. I wish you peace. And blessed be. Herkimer Diamond, this one is for you. And now we will find out what challenge the universe is assisting you with at this time. Foundation and achievements. So interestingly enough, the very first reading tonight was sort of similar in this, but I have the feeling that this is more setting the groundwork to bigger and better things. So let's see. Let us get some insight from the Energy Oracle cards to find out exactly what this pertains to so that I can expand from there. What do you have to say to group 4? Sorry, my puppy's kind of moving around in the background. More. Sorry, just trying to make sure I get a really good shuffle on these because I've used them with each group tonight. And I want to make sure that if any cards come up as a duplicate, it's because they're meant to, not because I didn't do my due diligence and shuffle enough. So, okay. What do you have to say to group 4? Angel of Strength. So it could very well be that because this has a home and it's a family looking at a home, it could very well be that the challenge that you're currently facing has to deal with your home situation or your living situation, especially potentially if you've been displaced. So this may have to do with finances. This is opening your intuition. Healing is coming to you. Yeah, this may include you have to move or thinking man. So somebody with masculine energy or a male who is a teacher or a financial guide of some sort is going to be influential. Yin and Yang is about balancing. All tied up, you feel trapped in some way. 3rd chakra. Contract, yeah, this seems like business, financial. That's also intuition. Guard, shielding yourselves, protecting home. Hostilities, yeah, I get the feeling of like home, finance, eviction. Affecting you and your family. So let me see here. Let me get the Indigo Angel deck. You know what? Hang on a sec. Alright, I'm going to do something a little different. If you're somebody who's currently displaced, who has lost their job of some sort, I'm going to do a quick shuffle of the career cards from the Past Life Oracle deck to see what field you should be looking at if you are trying to change jobs in any way. What is going to help you at this time financially the most? Transportate. Ironically, this is the card that popped in my head. So it may very well be that at this time that picking up a side hustle of doing Uber Eats driving, Instacart driving, picking out people's groceries, helping people in that way, and putting your efforts into that kind of work right now are going to help your financial situation. It's not favorable, but or it may not be favorable. I'm not looking down on people who do that work by any means or measure. What I mean is you may not consider it something you want to do, but right now I have a feeling it's the position that's going to help you the most regain your equilibrium and find some sort of financial stability during a very difficult time. And I know it's not necessarily something you want to do, especially because being on the front line can be a very scary and anxiety-inducing thing. But I get the feeling that it's going to help your financial situation in some way, especially if you are currently like me and waiting on some random stimulus check to pop up in your mailbox at some point in the near or distant future. And or your tax refunds or anything of that nature. So, yeah. It may just be a side hustle that's going to help you right now. So, patience. And I know it's hard to get that card, especially if you are somebody who is struggling. Maybe you're losing your business. Maybe you have lost your job. Maybe you are now losing your home as a result. Maybe you're hungry and you can't have access to food. All because you don't have what you need. But it's going to take time for things to kind of get their equilibrium back. If you are one of those people who's protesting right now, stop it. Just stop it. It's not going to help you. It's only going to make things worse. Because more and more people will get sick, and then things are just going to balloon out of control. Ask for a sign. So meditate, look within, maybe listen to some guided meditation tracks, and something will come up and kind of give you that aha moment and guide you on your way, and you are safe. So even if you do something where you are on the front line, you are going to be protected. You are going to be held safe. And even if you do catch something, I get the feeling like you're going to be okay. Stay. Authority. Yeah, I get the very strong feeling this has to do. Divine timing. Divine timing has to do with when this shit is gonna end. That's there was a reason why that message came in that said if you were one of the protesters, stop, it's not going to help anything, it's going to make things worse. Because it is. In 1918, we went through some sort of epidemic here in the United States. It was with the Spanish flu. The curve started to go down. People wanted to get back to work. The government took away the restrictions. People went back to work, and then they had a higher peak of people getting infected and dying happen as a second wave, and then they reenacted restrictions again, went back down, and then they saw even a third wave a couple months later because of the same stuff. As much as it's unfavorable right now that things are lasting so long with regards to restrictions, with regards to putting things in place where people are having to stay home for longer periods of time than we would like, there is a reason for it, because if we open things up too soon, things are just going to get a lot worse, and we're going to be in a situation where medical facilities are having to choose and pick who lives and who dies, because there's not enough resources, there's not enough equipment, there's not enough personnel to treat everybody. That's going to happen if people aren't smart and keep their butts home. So right now, if you are somebody who really needs work, if you are somebody who is disenfranchised, if you are somebody who has lost your business because of all of this, switch gears, turn it up, and start doing first line, Instacart, Uber Eats, Grubhub, all that kind of stuff to help supplement your income in the meantime. If you're that bored, do something about it. Don't get in your car and start honking your horn and rallying the troops to go protest over it. Do something. Do something to raise up some sort of money. Because we are not in control with this situation. The universe is. Divine timing is definitely at work here. Sharing your wisdom. So even if you are somebody who is displaced right now, that doesn't take away from you the education, the information that you know, and use that education or information or knowledge that you have to help you rebuild things. and help others with it as well. Explorer has to do more about exploring new possibilities. And I know this is a situation that has been very triggering to people. A lot of people are feeling very down and lack of motivation and everything, but you need to work on rebuilding your self-esteem. Only that is going to help you in the long run with regards to refocusing and rebuilding your life. No one is at fault for what's going on right here. Don't start in my comments talking about China and Chinese government and blah, blah, blah. Right now, that doesn't matter. All that matters is what is going on. The finger pointing bullshit doesn't matter. Focusing on the here, the now, and working to focus on yourself, rebuild your life, rebuild your financial situation. That kind of thing is what you need to be focusing on right now. There's going to be some sort of shift for you financially. It's going to take a little bit of time to hit you and reach you, but it's coming. I see some kind of financial break coming. So let's see what these three are first. Show the world the real you. Don't be a dick. Don't get caught up in all the stress and everything going on right now. Maintain your sense of humanity and maintain who you are as a person. Your dreams need a practical plan. So if you have something that you really want to have happen, start working on developing a plan. Because when things shift around and things start getting better, if you have that plan in place, you can start working on putting it into action once things start opening up. Step out of your comfort zone. You are good enough. See, I told you. Adjustments are required. Meditate and contemplate. Hold your vision. Hold in your mind what you want your future to be. Heal your heart, heal your spirit with regards to this, and the end of a tough cycle approaches. So things are going to get better. It's going to take a little bit of time. You have to be patient. And if you are one of those people on the protest lines, get out. Refocus your energy on helping support yourself and others. Figure out a way to make it profitable in some way, whether it be driving for Uber Eats, doing Instacart. I keep saying the same things over and over again. Postmates. Even like offer your services around town. You don't have to sign up for an app if you don't want to. Put up a sign in your yard and offer services. If you have a lawnmower and you are able to mow the lawn, right now cheap gas is really cheap. If you have a tiller and people want their yards tilled so that they can start planting some produce and planting crops, all that kind of stuff, go for it. Now's the time. Shift your gears. Refocus your energy. Things are going to be okay, but you have to be patient, and you need not be one of these people in your car honking your horn, bitching about how everything is, because it's outside of everyone's control, including the government people who are saying stay the hell home. Okay? So let's see what Whispering Woods has to say to you. I'm sorry if I'm a bit firm in what I'm saying, but there's a reason for it. Okay. Now let me pull those cards that got stuck. Time. See? Embracing the dewdrops of life before they disappear with the morning sun. Caution. Tread softly so as not to disturb the woodland floor. Surprises. Under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. So that tells me that there is some sort of untapped potential for financial gain for you. And opportunities. Unfurl the fern even without warm sunlight. Things are getting better. Things will improve. So please, be patient about it. I know it's hard, and I'm not giving you lip service on that. I used to work in a job where I was lucky to get a paycheck every 3 months or so, not because I wasn't working steadily or anything of that nature, but just because of the way their process was. I never got a regular paycheck until like the last few months that I was there, after I complained enough times that somebody actually took, heard me out. So I know what it's like to go for extended period of time not being able to pay your bills, not being able to take care of responsibilities, not being able to feed yourself, having to rely on help from others, and how that can wound your heart and how that can wound your pride and all of that kind of stuff. But right now is the time to help others and allow people to help you, because things are not right in the world, and this is not a reflection of you. Anything you did, you didn't cause it. It's not your fault. So if people are willing to help you, let them do that. But definitely work on shifting gears. Definitely work on finding some way to work or get some kind of money coming in. And use your knowledge to find a niche that is going to assist you in maybe making more money than your counterparts. But don't be afraid to share the wealth. If you find something that works for you, be open and help others do it too, because you know what? Other people need as much help as you do. So, if this resonated, please let me know in the comments down below. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you wouldn't mind hitting like, subscribe, and set that bell to all to be notified of when I release new videos before you go. And until next time, I wish you the brightest of blessings. I wish you prosperity and peace and humility. And most of all, blessed be.